Before I go, I want to make a little video called drugs. And no, I know you're thinking, oh, heroin, cocaine, marijuana. The first thing that comes to people's mind, no one thinks about caffeine or sugar or any other things. So that's what I want to talk about. First things I want to talk about. I'm going to leave in a few minutes, so I got to go fast. I'm going to the gym. Supplements for working out and that are at the doctors. And I'll tell you about the doctors too. Supplements. You get more from the real thing than you will from supplements, but some supplements can give you an edge or an advance that food can't, because some supplements are scientifically made, as in they're made in a lab, and they're not made really much by nature. They're made with chemicals and with experiments. They're just supplements that you buy at supplement stores for bodybuilding and stuff like that. Some of them work. The other ones are just for calories. Like pre-workout. Pre-workout is basically caffeine mixed with a bunch of brain enhancers and some amino acids. I could put that under the category of drugs because there's caffeine in it. If anyone in the world does not consider caffeine a drug, they're in denial. I want to know why? Because a drug is a mind-altering substance. Caffeine, which is a drug, speeds up neuron transmission pretty much, but it also raises cortisol levels, your stress hormone. It also does a lot of other things that are good and bad. One, it suppresses your appetite, which goes on in your brain, but also goes on in your body. But it does a bunch of things. Now, sugar. I'm going to talk about sugar. Sugar is in every post-workout shake. I say post, I mean you take that to get in calories that you burned off. But a lot of post-workout shakes are really fucking bad for you because they have aspartame, they have carrageen, or however you say it, in them. They have lots of sweeteners and artificial sugars that give you cancer. Everything gives you cancer. Well, yeah, everything does give you cancer because everything nowadays is terrible for your body. Except this, carrots. Even carrots are bad for you. Because we spray them with pesticides. So bugs and stuff don't go near them. So, pretty much sugar. Natural cane sugar still isn't good for you. Sugar turns to fat, which makes you very unattractive. Some fat people are beautiful, but the fatness, it's just fun to squeeze, but it's not very attractive. It's also not healthy at all, because it can lead to type 2 diabetes. It can lead to diabetes, where you can't digest sugar, so you need insulin to pretty much digest sugar. Processed sugar, because your body's become immune to sugar from having too much of it, and it won't digest or absorb or whatever. Digest. So sugar is a drug because it changes. Mostly artificial sugars are definitely drugs, especially high fructose corn syrup. What high fructose corn syrup does is it blocks the part of your brain that says you're full, so you can keep eating it. It also will give you cancer, no doubt. It's a metallic-looking goo before it's put into food. Look it up. It's disgusting looking. What's the plastic? Stuff that's made out of plastic. It's in Velveeta cheese, fake Velveeta cheese, which is, Velveeta is fake cheese. It's in Kraft cheese. It's in a lot of things. Agent Orange, and they're all drugs. They're made by a chemical company. Now, marijuana, all marijuana does, it's a drug. A lot of stoners say it's not a drug, it's a plant. It's still a fucking drug. Do you know why they say opium's a drug? Opium comes from fucking plants. So shut the fuck up about weed not being a drug. It's a drug. Anything that changes how your brain works for a short amount of time is a drug. Alcohol is a drug because it blocks the front part of your brain that makes decisions. So you act like a child again, because when you're a kid, this is still developing when you're a kid. It's not fully developed until you're 8. Your frontal lobe isn't developed till you're about 8. So you act like a child again with alcohol. So that's a drug. People don't see it as a drug because it's not illegal, and it makes so much money. Marijuana is going to be legal soon because they're able to tax it, and they haven't ever taxed it before. They made it legalized in Colorado, and that's making profits. So, it's so funny how they legalize some drugs. Oh, those make money. Well, let's legalize other drugs. Oh, those make money. Let's legalize other ones. Those make so much money. Anything that modifies how someone thinks or works, or their brain just goes faster or slower, it will make lots of money. It will kill people or make them overdose, but the people who sell it don't give a shit about you. They don't care about you. They care about the money they make from you. So just keep that in mind. You won't, but keep that in mind. Try to. Cocaine will probably be legal again. It used to be legal. You can look up why it stopped being legal. Cocaine is still used in other countries to make workers work longer and faster. So, this video is mainly just to say, when you bring up drugs, don't just say it's marijuana. Don't just say it's heroin. Don't just say it's cocaine. There are shitloads of other drugs, like the medical corporation, like Kaiser. I'm going to say Kaiser. Or any other hospital. The prescription drugs they give you are so much more harmful than street drugs because they're antidepressants. Antidepressants are so violent to your brain, they will make you kill yourself. And like I said before, corporations don't give a fuck about you. They will prescribe you medication. If you die, overdose, or kill yourself from these medications, they won't care. They will not care. They'll care about the money they're getting from you from being ignorant and using these medications. My seizure meds, I have to take them, but they're antidepressants. They don't affect me as bad as other antidepressants would, but that's what I mean. Drugs are drugs. Just because a drug dealer is in a building and then there's a drug dealer on a street, they're both drug dealers. One's dealing drugs legally, but they're still horrible drugs with horrible side effects. And one's dealing drugs illegally, but they're still drugs. They still change how your brain works. There's no difference. One's legal, one's illegal. They're both drugs. People have got to come to terms with that. A lot of baby boomers, old people, only like this one. They believe everything doctors say. They don't have a mind of their own when it comes to doctors. The doctors say, well, if you shoot yourself in the fucking face, you'll be better. Anything a doctor says to a baby boomer, they will believe. They won't have a second thought. They'll believe it. Baby boomers just believe everything a doctor will tell them. It's sad because that's what they grew up with. 10 minutes long, I'm done with this video.